Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I want to go over, I've been working on setting up this WR450F for dual sporting here in Arkansas. So I recently bought this. I've had it a couple weeks now and been really happy with it. I've been riding a YZ250X, which is a two-stroke. It's 2017. I really like it. It's does great on the trails, but it's not so great on the road. And obviously you can't, I guess you could get it street legal, but I'm not going to go through that hassle for this one. So a little bit of backstory. I had a CRF 450 RL, and I don't know, I'm just not a Honda person. I wasn't pleased with it. I didn't like how it handled on the trails. It vibrated a lot. It just wasn't comfortable. It was super twitchy. It had a programmer, had the Yoshimura exhaust, and I just wasn't happy with it. So that's why I went in to the YZ, and now I've kind of come back and I found this one on Facebook a couple weeks ago. Thought I'd give it a try. I've rode this one once. I got a break in the rain the other day and rode it. I'm thoroughly impressed. I can keep my times. I'm not a very good rider, but I can keep my times up pretty well with this YZ. Ride the WR. It's got 450 power. It's got power everywhere. Super smooth. I've been very pleased with it. So I'm going to go through some stuff that I've done. I want to look at how I've set up the turn signals in the dual sport kit. I'll go through that on this video, and I've got another one where I went through the rear linkage and done some other stuff to it. So hopefully this video doesn't drag on too long. I just kind of want to, I wired it up the other night. I couldn't find my camera, but I thought maybe this would be useful because I spent some time searching and looking, got some good ideas from other videos. So I started out with the Tusk Enduro lighting kit. I got their harness, and I've kind of made it my own setup a little bit with what I've done. So one of the things I didn't like was that you had to have the on-off switch up here to turn on the wiring harness and power it each time. So what I ended up doing was I've wired it up to where all I have is my push button up here. So when I push my 12-volt button, I get power to everything. It powers the harness. I'll talk about that in just a second on how I do that, how I did it. Another thing I did was I put these flush mount turn signals. I'm not going to be riding around town. I'm not going to be riding in the city. Really, I want to get it plated so when I'm riding trails, I can hit the highway and connect and stuff like that. So I wasn't too terribly concerned about the visibility. These LEDs are pretty darn bright, and they stand out pretty well, and I don't like the stalks. I don't know. They seem to break off. I'm just not very happy with them. And the last thing, I don't have a plate holder yet. I think I may end up either fabbing one up probably, or get one of those plastic ones I've seen online. But I want to retain the factory light. I don't know, I just think they're better quality. I like how this one looks, and I want to retain as much as I could on the factory. So, okay, let's get into the wiring and what I did. Okay, so like I said with the wiring, my biggest concern was having another switch up there and having to turn it on and off, having something that would drain the battery if I left it on or whatever. So I wanted it all to be on one switch. So what I ended up doing was I started looking at this bike and looking at what's hot whenever you turn on the switch, and the thing that's always on when you hit the switch is the tail light's always on. So I looked at the wiring diagram, and I determined if I took my power harness or my power wire from this Tusk harness and tied it in to, and I got to finish this wiring, I'm not done with it, I just stuck it on here, put it back together so I could go ride the other day. But I tied in my 12 volt to the tail light, so that's where it draws power from. I'm not too worried about the power draw. They're little bitty LEDs, and the horn, if I ever use it, it's not a big deal. And the other thing is the Yamaha taillight comes pre-wired for the brake signal. So this yellow wire right here may be different depending on the year, so 2015. But this yellow wire right here runs into this plug, and it's just plugged off. It doesn't connect to anything. But it goes back to the taillight, and that way it's built in, so the taillight comes on and it shines as a regular running light, and then it gets brighter when you squeeze the brake. So I've tied my power and spliced it into my tail light, my running light, and then I pulled the wire for the tail light that's the brake light, and I tied it into my banjo switch, which I put up there on my front lever on this one. I'll probably end up putting another banjo switch on the foot brake eventually, but just to get it done, that's what I did on this one. And then obviously my other ones are my turn signal wires, stuff like that. I've still got a little bit of finishing up to do in the wiring. And then, you know, I don't know. I ran my ground up here. I don't like how it looks, but I just, on a dirt bike, a chassis ground, I think might be trouble trying to get it to keep connection. But anyways, like I said, I ran my harness up here. Got my turn signals wired up. I mounted the horn right there on the existing bolt. Turn signal relay. So my last task that I need to work on is going to be my headlight. You know, right now it's got the running light on it, so when you turn it on, you get the, I guess, like a low beam, but the light actually has two filaments. It's got a high beam and a low beam. So my thinking is this Tusk harness has 3 wires that go to the switch up here. One is the power in feed, one's high beam, one's low beam. So I think I'm going to tap into my low beam power that's always on, and I'm going to pull power from that, run it up through my switch, run a wire back to my high beam, so my low beam will remain always on and my high beam will be on when I need it. So that's my plan. I still need to dig into it a little bit more. One of the other things, these wires right here are for the Tusk, the on-off switch, so I just jumpered those together. You know, it wasn't nothing super complicated, so I ended up getting just the control switch, kill switch, start button. Keeps it pretty clean up here. I'm trying to think, I think that's about it. You know, there's really not too much to it. It's a pretty simple kit. It's a nice kit. The wiring harness is good quality. Everything fit. It's another reason I went with the Tusk controls and the Tusk horn. Everything just plug and play. You just snap it together. So it made it a little bit easier. But I'll have a follow-up video once I get everything finished up and wired up, and I'll figure out that headlight when I get some more time. And I'm going in a couple days to get it inspected and hopefully get the plate, and then I got to figure out this plate holder. We'll go from there. So like I said, I'm going to work on putting together a video for removing the lower linkage and greasing the swing arm bearings. You know, I've gone through those. I did that on my YZ, and I had a rusty bearing on it. So I knew when I got this one, this 450 had been taken a little bit better care of than this YZ had. The YZ is a little neglected, but I went through the linkage. Wasn't bad. Probably an hour job if you take your time. I'll post that one up. You know, other than that, my front brake seems to be leaking a little bit of brake fluid. So probably rebuild the caliper. Still debating if my fork seals are leaking, but I may have a slow little seep, so work in that. Go from there. So thanks for watching.